Hey y'all, Murder Excellence. I just wanted to do a quick video. I try to give analogies and stuff so that people can understand my metaphors and stuff like that I try to use to help you connect with your reality. But you know, every day we wake up, we see different people that we didn't see before, and we see and go through different things that we never thought we would go through. And to be honest with you, it's just like anything else. It really is. You can't get too high, it can't get too low. When things are going good, that's why they say handle it with grace. And when things is going bad, use that composure, use that poise to keep yourself level. So I relate most things back to sport because that's where I connect with the most. And in sports, you got games where you're down like 10, game go to 16, or the football team you're watching is down by 21 and it's the first half. And at that point at the game, you thinking, wow, this team's lost. This team is not gonna win this game. But that's the best part about being alive. You know what I mean? Is that's halftime. It could be the third quarter. It could be the first quarter. It could be, you know what I mean? You don't know what part of the game it is for you. You really don't know what part of the game it is for you. And I try to always tell people, like, the only way you get back in the game is if you fight, is if you play hard, is if you play smart, and you try to put yourself in position to get yourself back in the game. And everybody's way of getting back in the game, every sports way of getting back in the game is traditionally somewhat the same, but it's gonna look a little different. If you're playing tennis and you down 0 and it's 45 or love, it's hard. You know, it's a different type of skill set you're gonna use, a different type of method you're gonna use to get back in that game. If you're in golf and you're like -4 shots behind, you gotta use that method that gets you back in the game. Basketball, you down 15, you know what you gotta do. Football, you're down 21. You know what you gotta do. You know what you've done wrong up until that point. You know what the other team has done well. You know what the situation is at that point, regardless of whether you know what the other team does or whatever, because certain situations, certain sports doesn't really give you an opponent necessarily. But just like life, your family member dies, and that's not necessarily an opponent, but it is in some sense, just like in golf. Your opponent not necessarily is the other person playing. It's you battling your best version of yourself to beat the other opponents, to be the best version of yourself to beat everybody else. And in basketball, you just got to be sometimes an inch quicker or able to move or fight or push a pound farther. You know what I mean? It's all different levels, but same thing.